just a bloke in a bar.
Could you look any more Devo, bro? Or what?
I'm a Devo, just in deep thought, mate.
I don't like seeing you upset, mate.
It honestly, dude, I don't know whether you know this, and I don't know if we're recording. I hope we are, Matthew, to some degree, but it takes more muscles to frown than smile, dude. So why don't you just try fucking smiling?
Well, why don't you try being funny? So I'll
Oh, Rex. See, listen to this. He's lashing out.
No,
he's lashing out. Like
something's upsetting.
that was an
I don't know if he's
emotional
gonna. I don't know if he's gonna open up to us, Tom.
because he knows we're funny.
I don't know if he's gonna open up
It was
to us.
emotional.
Are you gonna open up to us?
I've been open, boys.
I think.
Been open for a very long time.
I feel like you like talking to us about things. Potentially instead of, over other people.
Well, certainly instead of that Monday show, which I'm a big fan of, but like clearly you prefer just to chat, to open up to us.
So what's going on?
What is it?
No, nothing's going on, boys.
What's
Well,
happening?
you're frowning a lot and you seem
I think
upset.
I'm smiling.
You don't seem yourself.
I'm smiling more than you.
I'm very perceptive.
I feel like, you know what? This is projection.
No, because now we're concerned.
This is projection.
We're not
I'm
smiling now.
perceptive.
No, I see what's going on here. I get it. Are you guys okay? Do you want to talk? You know the whole.
this
You know the whole. This is what's happening right now.
This is
Like,
textbook.
do you want to talk, mate? But really, it's like I want to talk about
This
me.
is textbook deflection, Eddie, and I'm worried even more.
No, this is not deflection. I feel like it's deflection from you. Double deflect.
No, I'm highly perceptive and it seems like there's something on your mind. And I want you to vent. Here and now in a safe space. It's just Tom and I listening.
Yeah.
Yep. And Matty.
And Maddie.
And you can be vulnerable in front of Matty. I know you're his boss and you got to be a bit like mad dog. And like
We
that.
don't say boss here at Bloke. We say partners in crime.
Well, but you are his boss. So it's,
No, we don't do that here. It's a horizontal level of management.
really?
So you own the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay, wow. And he owns shares in the business. does he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a communal.
Same
communal.
management.
It's communal.
So he's got,
We don't operate that way.
no,
And I'm happy to,
we're a little more
I'm
hierarchical.
happy to admit it. We're hierarchical.
Yeah, okay. Who's at
Hierarchical
the top,
works.
Eddie or Tom? Can't have two
Depends
at the
on the
top.
day.
Well,
there's
Depends
only
on the
one
day,
line,
depends
mate.
on the topic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Depends on the arm of the business.
Yeah, okay. What arm then? Explain.
Well, he's king of content. He's head.
Content king.
He's head of content.
You're the cash king?
And I'm cash king.
Head of
So
finance.
I'm head of back end
Yeah.
Okay, front end.
and he's front end.
So you're back end and blokes, he's front end and blokes.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly
We
right.
spitty. We
You've
spitty
nailed
the
it.
business.
That's right. We know our holes and we know our goals.
So business spit, that is the business book you'll release. Put your business on the spit.
It's a different business structure system because usually it's like top down, but what it is actually, he's at one end of the business, I'm at the other.
And we
we're
spitty
both
that
on
fast.
And the
spitty,
name of the-
it's
and
just
so-
rotisserie in the middle.
So the name of the book is Put Your Business on the Spit.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of you
Correct.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. And so will you be touring, talking
Who
about
doesn't
it?
like a spit roast? And
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Sexually
I'm-
or cuisine.
Well, I'm talking about fucking roasting up a pig, babe. Looks good. It tastes good.
Yeah?
Do you know it does?
Yeah, I know. Hey, look,
Get
I'm
that
not complaining.
slow roast going.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
That spitness.
Yeah, okay.
If someone
well,
says, come over, I'm putting a spit on.
I'm putting you on the spit.
No, I'm putting a spit on.
Oh.
You're frothing.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Well, I tell you what, bring the spit back because I haven't. The last time someone invited me over to have a pick on the spit has been quite a while.
How long
Really?
do you reckon?
Back in your leaguey days, probably.
Oh no! Look,
that would have been bonding because weren't the Broncos big on barbecues?
we did love a feed.
Buns
Would
and
you
that.
spit? Would you spit roast at those things?
Nah, just a bit of bacon and egg, mate.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Bit of bacon
I heard
egg,
you
mate.
used to.
Are they a morning thing?
Yeah, a bit of bacon and egg, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, early
On
morning.
the spit?
Early morning, mate.
Early morning B&A on the spit.
Guys, the spit is brought to you by Bloke Jerseys. That is right. Very important. Guys, if you have a Bloke Club account, be there at 5:55 logged into your Bloke Club account. To get the discount, you need to be logged in. But if you are logged in, it will just automatically apply the $99 discount. So for Bloke Club members, the jersey is $99.
$99 discount.
The jersey is $99.
Oh.
And the actual jersey is $289. So there's a $99 discount.
Wow.
Anyway, that's
So
not
if you're a
actually
Bloke
$99.
Club member, you get a
That's
$99.
$190 discount.
Yeah, 280, you're right. So my math's off. So you get even bigger discount. No, all jokes aside, you get it, if you're in the Bloke Club, make sure you're logged into your account, you get it for $99. If you're not in the Bloke Club, you get $110.
Oh, okay,
But
fine.
as I said, because of the demand, guys, be there at 5:55 logged in so you don't waste any time. It's not sitting in your basket.
Cart, yeah.
And then if you just sit there waiting to purchase it and someone else purchase it. So be there on time, guys, to make sure you get your jersey. Heaps of demand for it. It's next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it. You'll get a text as well from us around 5:58, but I would already be logged in, ready to go.
Discount applied at checkout as usual.
Yes, so if you're logged into your account, the discount will be applied automatically. Boys, how you been?
Mate, I've been pretty well.
Yeah?
Yep.
Swam a couple laps this morning.
Tommy's been working out. I haven't been working out, Denon.
You haven't been working out?
No.
Okay, baby. Yeah,
Not
dad bod.
here.
Well, it's officially, you got it in your dad bod mode.
I know. Mate, it's just...
You finding out?
I'm finding out.
Fuck around, find out.
Fuck around, find
You
out.
definitely did fuck around.
Yeah.
We all did.
We did fuck around. Yeah. I'm just looking for a little bit more consistency in my days and my weeks. I know that'll come.
Yeah, they'll come. Throwing you for a loop. You're in
No,
the
it
loop.
doesn't throw me for a loop, but I hear this kid. I hear
Yeah,
this
you're
kid.
in a loop.
And
You're in a
that's
loop.
okay. He just can't. You
I hear this kid doing 30. No, I'm admitting it now. I'm the one that brought it up. I hear this kid doing 30 laps.
Shit.
I hear this kid doing 30 laps, and I go, "Fuck, maybe not 30 laps,
Yeah.
but maybe like a jog."
Well,
Okay.
mate, the trick is to just
You know?
get up before the sun, Edward.
I know, but I love sleeping.
No, I know you do, but that's
I always
that's the way
have,
you
dude.
listen.
I'm not.
Now,
You're
in
not
regards to-
alone there, though. Like, I feel
regards-
like sometimes you think you're the only one that likes sleep. The
Yeah.
reality is your days of that being fucking much of a priority are numbered. At least for the next, like, maybe
I think he's
15
implying you need to be mentally tougher.
What?
Bit of Goggins
It's the
Need to
thing.
get Goggins in you.
Yeah, it's those fucking little hours around 4, 5, 6
7?
that have never really agreed with me.
Yeah,
like
I'm with you,
think
mate.
I'm getting up in the middle of the night. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the 4, 5, 6 where I'm like, this is sacred.
Yeah, it is sacred.
These are sacred hours.
The birds make it sacred, baby. The little tweet, tweet, tweet.
You know
You want to
what,
be
though,
sleeping
dude?
that
And
time.
I understand I need to be better. I get that. But I'm venting to a couple of mates
there's-
about sacred hours.
Yeah, but listen, and I'm just speaking from literal, like, lived experience. There's something sacred about beating the sun up in the morning. You know what I mean?
Ice
Getting up
bath?
before the sun, you're swimming in the ocean, and then as
Oh
you're
my
swimming, the
God,
sun's
turn it
like
up.
rising over you, and you're like, sorry, cunt, I beat ya. You got to get up a bit early to beat this fucking
you should
dilf."
move to the Goldie.
Well, that's a big move. I don't know if that's going to work.
You got any 3 a.m. about you?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
you mean
what time do you usually wake up?
6?
Yeah, so not before the sun.
No, well, that's when I go for the swim. No. I'm saying now, dude. Like today.
Hey,
Today I was up for-
wait. Oh, no.
Okay, shit.
No, you said usually. I'm not up every day, dude. I'm not a
Oh, fair. That's
psychopath.
fair. Every now and then you wake
Well,
up.
no,
like maybe
I've
once
been
a
up
few-
twice this week for a swim. I was up at 5:20 before the sun, in the water before the sun.
Yeah, look, I'm more about a 6:37 waker. Look, if I'm being honest, I would love to be around the 7:45er.
Oh, that'd be a dream.
If I'm being honest. I'm not the guy that's going to be like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll wake up early, I'm the man.
No.
It's like, bro, you just went to bed earlier than everyone else. Just relax. Let's just
Or
relax.
you just have got like an unhealthy level.
yeah, or you're not getting enough sleep and it'll actually slowly kill you if you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
So there's that.
There was a funny video I saw the other day on TikTok of this guy gets up at like 3:30 and people are like, how do you do it, man? And so he does like when he goes to bed, it's at 7:30.
Yeah, we've had this discussion many a time.
No, but I'm like, at least you're honest about it, bro.
Yeah,
I
other people
respected
like-
that. I'm like, great.
Oh, yeah, right.
Other
You know?
people are like, no, I still go to bed at 12, man. I get home from work and I work on my second job from 5 till fucking 10.
Well, you
and then
might
I
hustle.
work on my third job from 10 till 12, 10 till 6, mate.
Do you
gotta
have
do
you have you seen Die Another Day with the incomparable Pierce Brosnan?
Die Another Day. I don't think I have.
In Die Another Day, they start off in North Korea,
Yeah, okay.
where the son of a general is selling weapons
Wow.
on the black market.
Okay.
Now Pierce drops into North Korea and he upsets the party, upsets the apple cart,
Oh, yeah.
as he's known to do.
Yeah.
Now, this North Korean escapes, goes to Cuba, I believe, and gets his face changed.
Ah, yes.
Comes back as like a white fencer. Like he's a good fencer. I think Christoph Graves, I believe, a diamond merchant. Anyway,
Have you watched this movie recently?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
You must have.
I
It
haven't.
sounds like a baby crying in your arms, 12 a.m. kind of
Yeah, it
stuff.
does.
In that movie, he doesn't sleep, right?
Yeah, okay.
And he's the only person I'm aware of that can actually get away with it.
The Rock?
But we all know The Rock talks shit.
Nonsense. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
gates off to get out. Right.
Nah, good point.
relax.
Could have
bro.
just walked
Nah,
out.
good point.
Man, I'll tell you what though. What do you reckon? Like mid 2010s, the Rock stocks couldn't be higher. But I feel like too much talking shit, and it went down the other end. Where people go, mate, I can handle a little bit of shit chat, but I feel like you're talking shit too much now.
Too famous.
Yeah.
Too much shit talk, I reckon. too much. I think he believed
He
his
sort
own
of had a
hype
bit of a
little bit.
comeback with WWF last year, though, in the wrestling.
No, the wrestling fans hated it because he robbed a certain guy of a shot at the title.
Yes, but then it like the storyline was actually was super successful. Where he
Who
came
got
back.
robbed of the title?
I think it was the
Dude, the
blonde
blonde hair.
guy.
He won it though.
Yeah, no. So initially he robbed him of it, but then the blowback was so much that they switched it, and so
They were like, "This was always the plan," kind of thing.
But the storyline even caught my attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
The final boss.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, respect where credit's due. The final
Respect.
boss is pretty
Respect.
sick character.
Now, speaking of respect, the Bloke Club, it's all about respect. Join, because if you join, you go automatically in the Jordan in a Mazda BT50.
Get fucked.
You get 30% off Musashi products, 40% off DMP shirt, 20% off Grumpy Copy, 15% off certain merch, and you automatically go on the draw to win a Mazda BT50. Plus, this month, we're giving away $2,000 cash. We gave away $2,000 last month as well. Takes 2 seconds. Go to www.bloke.club, and every single month, we'll be changing it around. New prizes, new giveaways. After we give away the car, we're going to try and go even bigger. So join the Bloke Club. It's going to just get bigger and bigger. We're going to grow it out. And don't forget, like and subscribe and comment on YouTube and Spotify. It really does help. It really does help the algorithm and all that good stuff. And massive thank you to Luke Camilleri for supplying the Mazda BT50. Aspley Mazda as well. We appreciate that. Give LDC_01 a follow. And yeah, that's all done now, boys. You're very keen to talk. Do you want to...
Sorry, mate. There was just a...
Emergency?
No, that was a business chat.
It wasn't an emergency, but it did raise the interest levels of two young podcasters doing their best.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly piqued our interest in...
Are we talking cash or are we talking content?
We're talking money,
talking- well, that's
Not
right.
good money, though.
No.
Oh,
Cogs.
not enough
Taking
money.
it off us.
Cogs, mate.
Coming out.
Cost
of
goods.
goods sold.
Okay.
Cost of goods sold.
Yeah.
Just a cog update.
That was a cog chat.
You never
Honestly,
like a cog update.
We were trying to
Yeah,
whisper
look, you know
through
what?
it.
I understand it then. I understand it.
You can check the tapes. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have heard me. Whereas Eddie's like, fucking hell.
I said criminal.
Criminal.
Oh,
said criminal.
Listen, any other kind of business update other than a cog update, I would have been upset. But a cog update, I get.
Yeah.
I get.
You
it.
get cogs,
I
dude.
get- man, I
Cost
get
of
it.
goods sold. You're selling
Trust-
jerseys on Tuesday the
Trust me,
22nd,
I
April,
get it.
6 p.m. Bloke Club members, you get $10 off. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
We don't charge $200 like normal jerseys. We're trying to keep it, but the cogs come in. They always come in.
You got to pay. You can't ignore the cogs.
The cogs come in.
Even if Denon's in the middle of an ad read, you cannot ignore the cogs.
Yeah.
Boys, speaking of cogs, good day, daylight. How's it all going?
Going really well.
Don't let that cog chat fool you. Things are going great. Everything's
great.
good.
You could even you could go, this hydration, anything behind it is daylight second, something along those lines. Brainstorm
Oh,
with
like
me.
as in something first, daylight second.
Second,
But
yeah, yeah.
daylight second doesn't work.
Well, it is
okay.
second after your good day.
Good
Yeah,
day
okay.
first, daylight
and then everything
second.
after that is there's a daylight second.
Good day first, daylight second.
Good day first, daylight second.
Boom, there you go.
Because you got to get up and get your nutritional health firing punters and dribblers. Get your vitamin B in. Why?
there.
That was very it's almost like a tactic to get people's attention
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
chat.
You got to get your vitamin B in because it's going to efficiently give energy to your body, right?
Yeah.
So it transfers carbohydrates into glucose, which is your energy source for the bod, and it does it efficiently, which means that you're not going to peak in energy and crash in the afternoon. Peak and crash.
You don't
know
want
what
to
I'm
peak
saying?
Yeah, you don't want to be peaking
You
early.
don't- listen, you don't want to be peaking at work and crashing.
Nope.
Save that for the weekend, baby. So get your good day into it, and then obviously, as we've said before, Tom, 8 out of 10 Australians are dehydrated.
That's alarming.
Oh, it's alarming, dude. It's shocked when it came across my desk. And the funny thing is, Denon, even though I'm holding a bottle of water here, that's literally because I left my fucking Daylights bottle at the studio. But people think that fucking water is the best way to hydrate. It's not. It's
As a matter of fact, you know what? I need to get hydrated. Look, my boys, I need to get hydrated,
Just
boys.
chuck it in
Yeah,
there, dude.
Cold,
Why
bit of
not
cold
chuck
water,
it in
mate.
mine? I'm going to chuck
Bit of
one
cold
in
water.
mine as well.
Thanks, mate.
There you go, bro.
Thanks, mate.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, dude, you should be. Mate,
how easy it is.
These things, I can't tell you, and I don't know whether we mentioned this last week, about our baby girls, but obviously,
So easy,
hydration's
mate.
for everyone, but my wife, these things are flying in my household. My wife, breastfeeding mother of 3, she pounds this shit.
So does Ella.
You're going to have hydrated children, mate.
Well, yeah, mate, I don't know.
I'm having 2 a day at least at the moment.
Yeah. Absolutely.
and craving more.
Craving more. So it's
I didn't
addictive.
realise that salt was part of hydration until we started doing this journey.
Once
And
you
then now
start
I
getting salt
crave
in,
it.
yeah, exactly. When you get that salt in, you crave, baby. Oh, that looks good, Tom.
So there you go.
Tom, that looks good.
BeGoodHealth.com.au. That's how quick it is. That's literally how quick it is. Boom.
Code DMP, 10% off.
Boom. There it goes. Boys, I need to know. Everyone's talking about it. Lachie Galvin. Young hot throbber.
What happened?
He said, boys, to the Tigers, he said, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Don't even bother offering.
Yeah.
Now,
Man knows what he wants.
now there's Kevin Nangama's going on at the Tigers. And what are your thoughts on it?
Respect the reference.
We spoke about it on Hello Sport, which came out this morning. Heard of it? And one of the comments caught my rugby league eye, Denon, this morning. And I think it's apt.
Eye of the Tiger.
And he basically mused that, is this just a case of one Lachie Galvin dogging the boys?
Yeah. Is that why there's such anger amongst
Look,
Has he just dogged the boys?
I don't know whether, as a 19-year-old, do you have the capacity to dog a club? Are you thinking?
I think you know about dogging the boys.
I think you can dog the boys. As a 19-year-old, you can dog the boys.
You've earned your dogging the boy.
You're old enough to
now.
dog the boys. But can you dog a club? Do you really know the impacts of?
But if you've got Jerome Luai, 4-time premiership winner, 2 shields, one of them a forbidden shield, and Taruva and Appy coming out, basically saying you've dogged the boys.
I don't know.
Well, how else can you see it?
Look,
Whether or not I agree with them, it certainly seems that if you're coming out publicly, that's what you're saying.
how much of it is being influenced by your team around you, telling you this is what you should do, and there might be a little bit of pain.
But if I've got a missus, and I do, funnily enough, and she starts talking shit about the boys, and then I subsequently dog the boys, it's still me dogging the boys. Even if I'm being influenced to dog the boys, I'm dogging the boys. And so maybe, just maybe, they're all sweet with the money side of things. And if you want to leave, that's fine. But you're dogging the boys right now. Why do it? Why are you doing this right now?
I think
stop dogging the boys.
I think
And
that
you're dogging Benji.
that's where I'm
Who's
like
one of the boys?
With the 7 reasons I hate you.
7 reasons I hate you, which is very sad to hear that there was a 7 reasons I hate you list. I think that everyone can understand wanting to go for more money. Everyone can understand wanting to go to a different club. Get all that. But I didn't like the whole narrative of Benji can't. Look, the thing is like people go, if he goes away and kills it and the Tigers struggle, he'll be proven right. But I don't care whether he's correct or incorrect about whether Benji can coach. You just don't do that to your playing group that you play with. You don't do that to your current coach. And also, you don't do it to a legend of the game. Like, you keep that opinion to yourself and you can still get what you want without trying to throw Benji and the club and the team and everything under the bus.
So then you are agreeing then that what we're seeing here is a dogging of the boys.
There's a slight dogging. I think there is influence. I think there is influence from other people.
Yes.
That is maybe make him not think about the full impact of everything.
He's not thinking about the boys.
And I empathise with the fact that he's a 19-year-old kid, essentially.
We all have done silly things.
Who's
as a
trying to
19-year-old.
find his feet in this rugby league world. But unfortunately, you are accountable for your actions in the end. Even if you're getting poor advice, even if you want to go down that route, it's still the buck's stopping with Lachie.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's the one that he's getting shit. So, that's...
Maybe he needs to change his name just to Lachlan as well, because Lachie sounds like a boy. I'm more forgiving of Lachie, that little scallywag, but Lachlan, that's a man who's making man decisions.
But is he behaving like a Lachie?
Well, he's definitely behaving like a Lachie.
Yes, he hasn't earned his lun.
It's a good point, actually.
You got to earn your lun.
Maybe that's to get back into
might actually be
yeah.
a play from him and the manager's like,
And the
listen,
Lund
we're going
back.
to call you Lachie because if you fuck up early, you're a little kid.
Yep.
But if you fuck up and you're called Lachlan, everyone's like, that guy might be an accountant.
Yeah.
He
It's
should
It's like
know
30-year-old
It's not
man.
Lachie Murdoch.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, great
Fucking
point.
Lachlan Murdoch, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it correct up in here. So, the proof's in the pudding, right? With the Lachie.
And I know I'm going to sound like a soft and a little, all that kind of stuff, but I actually do feel sorry for him at the moment. I know he's going to be worth millions. I get it. I just feel like
I feel sorry for him.
I feel like he'd be rattled right now. He'd
I feel
be
sorry
so
for
rattled.
Lachie, not for Lachlan. But I mean, it's just more that he probably knew he was going to cop some shit, but the blowback's been bigger than you've probably seen almost.
I don't think the thing is like he never needed to say to the Tigers, like, don't even bother. Like,
That felt unnecessary.
That felt unnecessary.
I don't understand the benefit to just not letting them have a crack.
Yeah.
Like, just go, hey, listen, well, thanks, man. Yeah, we'll entertain it.
His team has tried to say that, it's because they wanted to give them as much time to sign someone else as possible. But it's like...
They've got time, though. They've got shit
they got but also, like, they're adults. They know what the situation is in regards to, like, they know that the longer they allow you to look at a contract, they don't have any money to sign someone else. They're not children.
No.
They're not going to be like, wake up one day and go, hey, you tricked us. Especially if you just go, mate, thanks for the offer. I'll have a look at it. I'm still going to go November 1, just so you're aware of that. But I'll respect the club enough to have a look at it. I think that's where the two issues that I kind of have with it is just like the Benji Marshall drive-by, just unnecessary. Whether he can or can't coach, we don't know. Like, we'll see over the next couple of years where he can. It's just unnecessary.
Doing better.
100% they're doing better. Like, if they win the next 2 games, they'll be in the top 4. But it's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. And then,
mate, I think they're playing pretty good footy.
Yeah, agreed.
I completely agree with all your points, Denon. I really do. It just seems unnecessary. So bizarre that you go, don't even make me an offer.
That's where
that is very much a
antagonistic.
Fuck you, bruh.
Yeah.
Play. Because there is zero harm in going, yeah, we'll have a look.
Yeah. And
we'll have a look.
Like, because, like, what if they make the top 4 this year?
All you have to say is he hasn't made up his mind, but we'll have a look.
Yeah. 100%.
We're waiting until we're just focused on finals footy, week footy, everything else take care of itself.
Because I saw some people trying to claim, like, why didn't the club just wait till November 1? It's like, I think you're forgetting a key thing. They literally said to the club, don't even bother. We're done. We're out. So it was their party that was like, even if this club turns around and they kill it, they want out. They want out.
What is it called when you divorce? Like irreconcilable differences.
But that's where I like, what is
often what's quoted as the reason.
Yes.
You got to have one.
Well, it's just a nice vague way of just going, this ain't happening.
Yeah, this is not working for me.
I don't want to get into details. Maybe, one of you was caught in a sexual encounter with another.
Can actually write that.
You could, but maybe you don't want that. No, maybe you don't want to be putting yourself on the gronk in like a legal letter. So you just go, irreconcilable differences. I found a fucking thing.
Yeah, well, maybe it might come to you. It might come in handy when you're going to split the assets.
Well, do you lose rights to assets purely because you got railed by the gardener?
Well, potentially. I don't know.
Jesus,
maybe
that's unfair, isn't it?
Listen.
Worth thinking about.
It's definitely worth.
Next time the gardener looks hot, just think about that.
But then also say that if you go, well, it's an angle to...
That's what I'm worried about. That this is an angle to get that release and blow everything up.
Yes, for sure. But think about it this way for a moment. If it is an angle to get out of the club for the 26th season, so go next year, you could still go that route if the Tigers got something in return, which doesn't affect Lachie Galvin at all, or his management, does it? How does that affect?
Just wait a bit longer.
Mate,
see how the season starts panning out. It's just that things are going well now.
I think maybe their management thought, look, if we try to go the amicable route of like, he wants to leave, but then the Tigers just go, nah, no way. Like we're just not like we've got a gun 6.
We got to blow it up.
So I just wonder whether the manager's like, let's just blow it up. Just go so far that it's untenable, and then that we have to get... So that's where I'm like...
Do you reckon he's going to start using the hentai porn memes as like a way to get out of the fucking contract? Like, we're being bullied with hentai porn.
Where he is in the...
Lachie.
So you think that there's a chance his manager will go, well, look at these posts that have been put up. This has upset him, therefore he should go.
Because we were talking about this yesterday. It seems to me that they're now using it to their advantage, saying he's getting bullied. Which is why the RLPA's stepped in.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I hope the RLPA are under... Like,
would you be shocked?
I know the RLPA are there to protect the players for sure, but I hope they're understanding of the context of everything that's going on. And let's just assume that he is upset that he's being... Now, let's just assume that that's the case that they try to put forward. You can still reconcile that without leaving the club. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not untenable.
Yeah, you don't have to leave the club for him to be happy. You can talk to Jerome, you can talk to Tito, sit him down, mate, apologies, this, blah, 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 and then move forward. You don't need to leave the club. That's not the only solution to the situation. And that's why I hope the RLPA goes that route rather than going, oh, no, he needs to go because of this, that.
We were talking about this yesterday. Like, obviously, they have chosen violence. And they've chosen to blow it up. We are assuming to angle for a release for next season. Is there ever a chance in rugby league of running into a real vindictive operator who goes, righto, bruh, go play reserve grade for you?
Gordy Tallis had to sit out a year in the 90s.
I think a
He
lot
sat
of
out
clubs.
a full year of his career in the 90s. The Dragons just sat him out. Like,
There
no.
you
Same
I
as
don't hate that.
Justin Hodges. Wayne Bennett sat him out for a year when he moved to the Roosters.
I think there are actually a lot of clubs, and this is just pure speculation. I think there are a lot of clubs that hope that the Tigers do stand firm on this and go, because like I think of it from a perspective of, listen, if they can't get anyone good for him, like a gun, I wouldn't just be saying you're in reserve grade for the next year and a half. I would be saying you're in reserve grade now, but you have every opportunity to earn the respect of the boys back and get back into first grade.
How do you undog the boys?
No, I mean he could say, boys,
You
sorry,
gotta
I
shout
wasn't
him a
thinking.
bender.
You got to shout him a rip, don't you?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
have
think
to.
so. But I think if he went back to those boys, said, boys,
big-
probably didn't.
It's got to be
A big meaty rip. You got to
big
shout
meaty
it.
rip.
Yeah, okay.
Bye weekend. When's the next bye? That's probably his first chance to
full-
get back in the fucking side.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt booking a little place down the Southern Highlands up in the Hunter.
Well, away
you
from
know?
prying eyes.
Away from prying eyes.
Yeah.
Big lock-in stuff.
Long driveway.
Yeah. Goodie bags on arrival.
Yes, of course. Party bags.
Party bags. I think that you can maybe undog the boys there, but
6 weeks away from Bly.
Oh, shit. That's a while.
I actually think that in the Tigers situation, if you go, righto, it's untenable, go, we'll let you go now, I think you are basically saying to the rest of the league, you can just disrespect us and get what you want. Whereas if you just go, well, fuck you then, bro, you're playing reserve grade.
And you're only on 300
You're
grand.
basically
We could
telling
have an
everyone
upgrade.
else, don't fuck with us.
There is another side to this, if I can be a bit devil's advocate-y.
Of course you can.
Which is that clubs happily fuck players off whenever they're not playing well or whether something else is going down. Bud Sullivan was like one fucking minute into a fucking however many year contract, and then they got rid of him. Like, this is the Tigers specifically. Like, it happens. So there is also a part of me where it's like, let's not get too on your high horse here, Tigers, because if he wasn't playing well, you would have a bullet in the back of his head and he'd be on the veritable scrap heap of rugby league. So, like, there is a part of it, it's like, are you going to, like, ruin this guy's career for the next 18 months or whatever it is just to, like, make your point? Or are you going to go, listen, we do it too, so we're just going to make sure that we get something good for it?
I don't think you're making a point. I think you are showing strength so that it doesn't happen again. Because whether you like it or not, the power is with the clubs largely. So, like, they would want to protect that.
Yeah, but it's also not, because players do this shit as well. I don't know. It's just sort of like,
But more, I would say more so in their favour.
yeah, you've got to be a good player to be able to have the power.
Yeah.
And also, like, even though the clubs do that and make you feel a bit shit and, put you on the outer so that you sign with someone else, they still have to oblige by their contract. Like, if you dig your feet in and go, nah, like, I'm staying and, yeah, it's a bit shitty, you're still going to get paid your contract.
Yeah.
Whereas if they are to release him, right now, they literally get nothing. Like, they've
No, you
planned
wouldn't
their
do
roster
that.
around him.
You'd be trying to get like some sort of
I don't know with their salary cap and him only being on 250 or whatever, like, I don't know what you'd get for him. I've had a bit of a
Do you have to
think
do a
about it.
like for like though, or could you go? Listen, he is a valuable player too. Let's just say.
But you couldn't go, all right, we want an near origin level forward in swap for Galvin, because I don't know how you'd fit that in your salary cap. If it's 350.
Don't they have
haven't they
money
got
in their
room?
salary cap?
Yeah.
Potentially, but maybe they're sitting there going, why should we spend extra money to bring someone to the club when we've got the guy we want, but he just doesn't want to be here?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but like, I mean, sure, but this is the situation you find yourselves in. You've got a boy who's dogging the boys. And if you want to make the best of it, lemonade sort of stuff, then go fuck it. If we get a decent forward out of it or another, like a good player.
That's what I think.
They've still got Latu as well. Like it's in terms of a club that's not completely fucked by the situation, the Tigers are pretty lucky in that regard.
I will say, there's been some people that have tried to compared Luai and Taruva
that has
leaving.
been doing my head
And
in.
it's like, let's just be really clear here, guys. First of all, both those players were squeezed out of the cap. Second of all, like, they didn't on the way out say the club's not good enough for my development and the playing group and everything's not good enough. And also, I don't have faith in Benji and Ivan Cleary as a coach.
And they delivered for the club for years and years.
And so,
Yeah, and the juniors.
so
Yeah.
and so I just want to be really clear, like, I guarantee you there's not a single player in that roster at the Tigers that have any issue with Galvin earning as much money as possible. I know. I've spoken to some of them. They don't have any issue.
Who? Name your sources.
I'm naming every source. They don't have any issue with, earning as much money. They all get it. They understand that clubs are only loyal as good as you are playing. I think that the problem arises, and I've seen some articles try and twist it and say Lachie was unfairly treated or whatever. And I don't agree in Taruva's post. I don't think he should have posted that. The Luai one, I actually don't mind with that, because if Galvin can come out and publicly essentially say this club's not good enough for you, I think he's allowed to put up a post saying team first.
Bit of hentai porn. You like that?
Well, it's not that.
What do you mean?
And so I just think with Galvin...
Neckbeard just got fucking upset by that hentai porn.
Well, I'm trying to make a point. You keep interrupting it. And so I think the issue arose when the article came out from, I think it was Chamis' article that was speaking to Galvin's team or whoever's representing him, saying like Benji can't coach and the club's not good enough for his development. I think that's where the playing group was like, bro, you're disrespecting us right now. We go out there, we bleed for you, we'd fight for you, we go through hell together through preseason, and then you just come out and say we're not good enough. I think that's where the issue. It's not him leaving, it's not the money. They all get that. It's more just like getting treated like that. That's where I think the club
is. There a part of it that is still like there was initially? I feel like when Jerome came out and did his little post, and it was like, yeah, that's like that was kind of cool in the sense of you're like, you know, we're not going to get fucked with, right? And they dropped him and all that. But then just the way it's continued to just be this chaotic thing, it kind of feels Tigersy as well. It's like, even though you're like, oh, well done, Tigers, showing some backbone, you're also like, you guys are also, it still feels like a chaotic club who can't just like know when to shut the fuck up.
I don't know how much that is external noise speaking to certain people to create that drama. Because I know that, you know, they've tried to, there's been a bit of a switching in narrative of like Benji dropped him, another senior player dropped him. But outside of that, like all they did was release and say, you know, he won't be at the club past this point. They put an offer, he rejected it. Outside of that, the clubs haven't, like I can't see much. They haven't said all that much. So, and that's where I just wonder, is it outside noise trying to make carnage so that it just becomes totally untenable? I will say, like, some of it, like if you're messaging Galvin being like, you know, insulting him and all that kind of stuff, like this is a 19-year-old guy. Like
it's also just a game.
It's a game of rugby league, and all he's done really is just handled something not the best. Can we all look back at when we were 19? We all didn't handle things the best. So let's just relax on some of the you can be critical. You can be critical of his decision and analyse it and say you didn't like it or this, but some people are going way too far. We're talking about a young 19-year-old boy here.
Just so everyone knows, Benji, Jerome and Appy are all having a press conference today.
I'm so hot for
We should live react to it.
What time?
I'm trying to find that out now.
That'd be so hot. I'd love that.
Yeah, if it comes up, we should try and get it on here and live react.
I wonder how straight bad it'll be.
Well, I think Luai and Appy asked to be in the presser. They'll have to fucking answer questions.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
It's going to be juicy, baby. It's going to be juicy.
How can it not be?
It'd have to be juicy.
This is highly unusual.
I also, dude, I love...
Isn't it? A coach and the two senior players?
Well, I think it's because of the,
it may not be
the
all
social media
to talk
posts.
about another player?
Well, they're sharing a hentai.
But I think it's like the social media posts.
I'm getting excited by the fact that you don't get this every day.
No, you don't. There was an article in
this is moon landing stuff.
Men's Women's Weekly yesterday or today. Maybe it's today. And it was like... dude, I think it was one of your people, Kempy, in terms of like a neck beard. And I'm just going to try and find it here. By
the way, just putting out there, if Broncos lose this weekend, I'm shaving this beard off because I'm fucking over it.
No, that's bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit?
If they lose.
Yeah, if they lose. That's fair.
No, that's bullshit, dude.
No, what do you mean if you lose, you have to get rid of it?
Because I'm only going to keep doing it if they win.
If
they got to show me respect.
Scores and they lose, you have to keep it. If they lose and Shibasaki doesn't score...
So you think you're going to lose this weekend, don't you?
No, I don't. I said if they lose.
Yeah, he does.
You think you're going to lose this weekend?
No. Hold on. Can we just set the parameters here? If they lose, you shave it off. If they lose and Shibasaki scores, you keep it. And if they win, you keep it.
That's fair.
If they win, I will try as hard as I can to keep it.
Oh, my God.
If Shibasaki plays poorly and he scores, he's got to play good.
He's just got to score.
He's got to play good.
Fuck no.
He's got to play good.
No. That's
He played good last week, so I kept it.
It's, well,
Denon.
if you're honest about your appraisal...
No,
but you won't be.
You know I'm honest about the appraisal.
No, you're not.
What do you mean?
Let's just keep it simple. If they win, you keep it.
If they lose, I don't.
No, but if he scores, then it's a Shibasaki beard. If he scores, that trumps everything.
True.
All right. Okay.
Great.
No,
Deal?
I just want to shout out this neckbeard, Jacob Karupapai, who's a writer of The Telegraph.
Well done.
who's gone into the depths of breaking down, like, what does this post actually mean? And this is the character.
No way.
Full anime character.
Read it to me.
That's great stuff.
Read
That's
it to
great
me.
stuff.
Okay, hold on.
Read it. To
Yeah,
me.
I want to know who is the character.
I thought you'd know.
No, I don't know anime.
While
I don't know
some
anime.
pundits said their posts were a sign of long overdue solidarity and strength at the club, they also drew condemnation from critics who saw them as bullying teammate. What did the post actually mean? Here's an analysis of Luai and Taruva's Instagram diss.
This.
Yeah, I won't go
This
into
in
the
rugby
Taruva
league,
one, just the
that's the
Luai
best.
one, because the
Just the
Taruva
Luai.
one's like about
Taruva one, absolutely.
Well, the
he
Taruva
shouldn't
one,
have done
this
that.
guy's like breaking down the song and what it means.
Yeah, look, I think the Taruva one we can all agree probably he shouldn't have posted it.
Well,
Probably not ideal.
well,
The Luai one, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
the league needs to know that what goes into private Instagram stories doesn't stay there.
It doesn't.
If it's spicy.
I love the Taruva.
So if you're putting there of you doing a big fat line of rack, it's probably going to get released.
yeah,
No, it's a joke. You know it's a joke, mate.
Sorry,
It's a joke. I accidentally snorted it up.
the picture
I
Tigers.
didn't mean to.
Oh, whoops. The picture Tigers co-captain Luai posted is a character called Mickey from the anime/hentai porn series Magna Tokyo Revengers. There are two potential readings of it. The first and more obvious one is that Mikey is meant to be Luai. Mikey was a seemingly carefree teenager who played pranks and had a deep bond with his friends. He goes on to form a gang with them and is a man to lead. Much like Luai at the Tigers, he is protective. This is in the Daily Telegraph, by the way. Much like Luai at the Tigers, he is protective of the group and its members. The second reading is that of Mikey is meant to be Galvin. Mikey is the teen leader of his gang who starts the series as its secondary main character, or deuteragonist, whatever the fuck that means, but finishes as the antagonist. Deuteragonist? What word is that? While charismatic and talented, he carries a lot of responsibility and power, and without the right people around him, he is corrupted and becomes the notorious criminal within the universe of the Magna. The music that Luai has attached to this post leans into the year-long beef with Kendrick Lamar and fellow artist Drake.
No, it doesn't. That song came out way longer before. Oh my god!
I know.
Listen, if you're gonna analyze, you got to know your stuff, mate. You can't be,
You got to know your stuff.
mate. Come on.
What song was it? Was it?
Bitch don't kill my vibe. It came out like 15 years ago or something. Drake and that started beeping a year ago.
Yeah.
Literally has nothing to do with him. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Taruva song was all about Shane McMahon and like the relationship of playing a character that's kind of real. And
Okay, I think the Taruva one's pretty self-explanatory. It's about money. Like he's paying him out for wanting heaps of money as a bit of a G up to his mates.
I just loved that was in the newspaper, that sort of a breakdown. I was like, fucking hell.
I love that diss was in, like he dissed him.
Instagram
Oh
diss.
my God, that's so good.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's
Love
good.
it. It's the greatest game of all.
Now, interpretation-wise, I tend to lean to the first one that I reckon Luai sees himself as that guy. And his boys are first.
Yeah.
I don't think I think the second one might be getting a bit too far ahead of the whole metaphor and analogy.
I've got to be honest, I don't know what to take of any sort of anime references. I'm sort of just like, yeah.
What was the caption?
Team first. So I took that.
So I think it's the first option.
It's got to be the first one because he's saying like I'm the boy. I'll put my boys ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, that's
and
what
you
that's
should do
that's
as
what
well.
it is.
I
That's
don't
what it
dog
is.
the boys.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
Which is what it
I feel
comes
like
back
dog
to.
the boys is aggressive.
You think dogging the boys is aggressive?
Like I just if
you come out and you say the coach is shit and I can't fucking
well, he didn't
develop.
say that. He just didn't have faith in him.
Same thing.
There was a there was a list of 7.
Jesus, man, he nearly killed
Calm
himself
down,
over
man.
there.
What's going on, bro?
I'm trying to figure out a way if this press conference does go live.
Can't you just cast it to the fucking TV?
There's no cast on that thing.
What do you mean? There's a cast here.
But like, no. I can get it up, but then I want to make it so it comes through the roadcaster as well.
Where do you reckon he's landing, boys? I actually think after listening to Mitchell Moses on SEN, I reckon he's definitely at the Eels.
It sounds like the Eels. Kenty also fucking said the Eels on his show. But like, I love that Fox have currently, and like I'm exaggerating here, but just in the way that Fox is covering Gus Gould's coverage of Lachie Galvin, it's almost like they're making out that he's fucking grooming him. It's like, these are all of the fucking things Gus Gould has said over the last 12 months about Lachie Galvin. It's like, he's fucking publicly grooming him. That's legal because you can say it out loud, but you can't do it behind the scenes. I'm like, who the fuck isn't doing that?
Yeah, I think that their claim would be because he's a general manager, he's not allowed to what would impact the market.
Yeah, but like, come on.
It's a lot. Look, and also, if this is when we're going to start worrying about it, he's been in the media for like 20 years.
Exactly.
Doing that shit. Like, it's like,
I know.
Exactly.
You're just going to have to make your peace with
yeah,
it.
the ship has sailed,
Yeah.
bruh. The ship has sailed.
And he's a Supremo. Let him get
I was
to
about
work.
to say that. Good luck reining in a Supremo.
You don't reign Supremos in. They reign you in.
That's right. Originally we thought that he might be getting polished by a couple of Supremos in Nick Politis or Phil Gould, but in the last 24 hours, it's looking increasingly likely that he's going to go to Parramatta and fill the void left
But it does.
by the departure of Wendell Brown.
It does sort of fly in the face of his reasoning.
100%. What it does, Tom, is it leans back into earlier rhetoric of dogging the boys because there's not really anything to do with development at all. It's about Kashishi.
Kashishi, dude, also, I saw photos. Like, obviously, Kashishi is going to be there, and shout out to it.
Because
But
the Eels are coming, close to last?
No, they're coming absolute last.
Coming
But-
dead last and looking like pure shit.
No, they look disgusting.
Moses hasn't played for him yet, though.
No, I 100%.
Yeah.
But they are looking
But they
disgusting.
look like shit.
You can't, like, I'm not going to develop under Benji, we're coming 8th. I'm going to develop
But
under
Donk
Donk
Riles
Riles.
is my go. And I'm
Yeah.
not knocking Donk, but I'm also like, he's coached how many games of
Don't
first
put
grade?
Donk on the
6?
Gronk, but he's just too early. But
He's coached 6 games of first grade.
Yeah, but he's also got way more coaching experience than Benji, who's coached, like, at literally just first grade games of rugby league. Like, that's all.
I agree with that. But in terms of development, he's not going to Robinson. He's not
No.
going to Bellamy. He's not going to Cleary. He's
No.
not going to Des.
Another thing that I think, so it came out that, he wanted to be the main man. He's definitely not going to be the main man of the Eels. Like,
You're 19. Relax on main man
the main
shit,
man
dude.
stuff, I just can't understand
Calm
that chat.
down.
It's like Mitchell Moses, if you think it was hard to work with Luai, who actually said, I'm happy to take he literally said, I'll take a backward seat. You can go and watch him play. There's no way Moses is taking a backward step. It's his team.
West Tigers HQ Benji Marshall is speaking.
That it's about development, and at the end of the day, and I said this to the players, you can't be angry or be against someone for choosing something they think's best for their future. And I've said it to everyone I've ever coached is when it comes to negotiations, you have to do what's best for you. So and that's lucky. So no one's angry about that.
Everyone's got an ego, though. Is that a hit to yours or a hit to your confidence as a coach?
Look, I was shocked by it, no doubt. And then a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, everyone thinks I can't coach anyway.
That's such a great answer.
So the thing with me is, and you guys know this, is I'll always back myself in the way I do
Fucking
things.
oath,
in my
Bench.
ability
Fuck
that,
yeah, Bench.
I want what's best for this club and this team, and I'll do what it is that's best. And if I'm not the best option, then I'll go. But for right now, I'll back myself that we're turning things around.
I'm backing him.
Yeah,
fucking
fuck yeah.
Fucking over backing
Great
him.
answer.
Why then is the huge funding decision to put in this round?
Absolutely. As the coach,
Get
I have
some
to decide
mics
what I
on
think's
the
best for the
journos.
team, what's going to win this week. And on a lot of levels, it is best that he doesn't play this week. And I made that decision, and I had support of my senior group, which I think is important. But at the end of the day, that was my call on what I think is going to win us this game this week. And that's what it is.
Is it a life sentence for a bench? Where is it?
Absolutely.
Will you do it again next week?
Absolutely, every week. And I had a chat to Lachie this morning about it. And you just go back to reserve grade, play your best footy. And the thing about footy is you get 80 minutes to block everything else out and you just play. And that's what he loves doing. And I've always said it. His favourite day is game day. So he's got to go down there, play his best, and then earn some trust and respect back and put himself in the frame for selection next week.
Love that.
Good answers here from Ben.
He's fucking come out strong.
I drove it.
You drove it.
Well, to clear things up, I called the meeting with the senior players. And I think it's important
Bloody oath
as
you
the
did, mate.
coach that you got the support of the group.
Bloody
I had a
oath.
decision in my mind, and if they changed my decision, then I would have changed it. If it was best for the team.
Is that the boys fucking around in the background?
I made that decision, and I had the support of them. So, that was it.
You handed him his debut. He's played some pretty good football over the last 24 months. Are you surprised that he has an issue with the way the coach?
Yeah, I think I just said
Live
I was
footage of him
surprised
sitting
by
there?
it. All I can
surely
say
not.
is, he's played some pretty good footy in the last 12 months. Whether
Fair
that's
call.
because of me or because of him, who knows? But we got the Prime Minister's 13 Rookie of the Year, and we revolved a lot of things around him. And I still think he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He owes me nothing.
Little
he owes
flex
our
in
club
there.
nothing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. People move on, people come and go, but the club's bigger The thing for us is we got him for the next 18 months.
I wonder
So,
whether
he's
the
gotta
Goaty
get
is
through this
making.
game, put himself in the frame for selection next week.
We got him for the next 18 months.
Do you think it's the coaching philosophy? Or do you think it's do you think
He's right though. Like he's played such good footy under Benji.
Yeah.
Like that's where we.
That's not a question for me. I don't know the answer.
Benji, do you feel like he hasn't got he's got another chance to come back in? Why did you stand him down?
Just said why I stood him
He
down.
literally just answered that. Bruh, unplug the ears, mate.
I don't think he's been bullied by the other players. I think emotional responses to things happening might seem like it, but there's been no sense of bullying at our club, and we don't stand for bullying. And I talked to the team about it this morning. That's not us. Okay, so we're not bullies. Our players are not bullies. They had emotional reactions to one of their teammates, but it's not bullying. I can guarantee you that.
Great answer.
Great answer.
I don't know. You have to ask the people involved with it.
Benji's just, he's got his hog out of the moment, just dominating the room.
I tell you what, he is earning respect out of me
lot
right
of
now,
respect.
baby. He's already had it. Fucking oath, man.
I don't have to justify why I make selections for the team. If
I
I think
know
it's
you
best
don't,
for the
mate.
team to win and get the result this weekend, that's the decision. And that's the same every week, and I make selections for the team. So that doesn't need a waiver. And just because you want to know everything, we don't have to tell everything.
True.
I've never said any week why or why not someone's playing. I spoke to Lachie this morning, like very closely, and I actually really feel sorry for him. He's a young kid who wants to do what's best for his future. Now, the reaction's been overwhelming for him, and I can understand that. I've been through his shoes and understand what that's like and what the pressure's like.
Even bigger.
Okay, but what we got to remember is he's a 19-year-old kid who just loves footy. You know, and then this has been made out to be a lot bigger than what it is for everyone, and I understand the emotion and the enormity of the way the fans feel, the way the club feel, the way everyone feels. It is big. But, like, he's a kid, okay? And, like, my point is we need to stop talking about this for his sake too. We're moving on for next week. We need to play this week and move on to next week. And that's what he needs to do too.
Benji, he'll be here for 18 months. Is that realistic? Do you think that is realistic?
Well, he's contracted to be here for 18 months. Whether that happens or not, I can't comment on the future. I don't know. It's not the decisions I make.
Do you think he's being manipulated, bench, by his manager?
You ask me all these questions about do I think and do I know. I don't know. If I knew the answer, I'd say it to you. I actually don't know. They're questions for their people.
As head coach, do you want him here?
Yeah, I do. I love coaching Lachie. I really do. I said it to him this morning. I enjoy coaching.
That's a man.
you.
That's
You're
a man
pleasant
right there.
coach.
That's a man.
I actually think that you're the future of the club, even though that you don't think you are now. So it is what it is.
That's a man. That's a man.
Do you think there's a chance he may change his mind? Will you keep working on him?
You're asking me heaps of do I thinks. I don't know. Hey, we need to keep working on what's best for us to win games.
Benji's fucking dunking on his
He
shit.
is dunking.
This
Am I
is
giving up?
fucking... This is Joey 05 right now, baby.
November 1. Are you concerned that that's not the case and there are other clubs in his league?
I can't control that, honestly. Like, all these things are being dragged in, all these agendas, all these different things that I don't control. I can only control the way I coach the team and what happens.
True.
And I want to win. You
True.
know? So I've made the decision for the club and the team what I think's best. I've got care for Lachie. That's been clear forever. I've never, not once, put him in a position where he felt uncomfortable. Okay, and I'm all about the mental well-being of our players. Yeah, for sure. And this has been tough for him and his parents. They're good people. Okay, people need to understand they're really good people and they want the best for their son. And as a parent, I put myself in that position. I'd be the same, wanting the same for my son. So we need to just take a chill pill on the things we're saying about him and to him, and like the threats and all that stuff. Like, it's rugby league. The kid's going to move on. At the end of 2026, when he goes, the club will move on, and so will he. So let's just chill with all the shit that's coming his way and just let him play
100%.
footy.
Great. Fuck, so good.
I want to be coached by Benji. I want to be coached by Benji.
all time.
And he's looking at the journos that are driving all. He's like, wait, let's just chill with all this shit.
I want to be coached by Benji. I want to be coached.
That
was so impressive. That's kind of hot.
That was hot.
It's kind of hot.
Dude, I want to fuck Benji Marshall right now, bro.
Okay.
Luan Drome.
Okay.
Arm in arm.
To ask you, your relationship with Lachie, it's been a bit in the spotlight. Can you talk about your relationship
My relationship with
Lachie?
Yeah, it's been good up until this point. I've enjoyed playing with him. And I thought we've worked really hard up until this point. Just playing good footy, and the team has gone well, so no feelings lost there.
Have you got any hard feelings towards him, or do you like playing with him?
Definitely no hard feelings. Like what's been said, everyone's entitled to do what they think is best for their future. There's been no dramas around that, so I've got a job to do this weekend. I've got a team to run, and that's at the forefront for me.
Did you explain your post the other day, Jerome, with the team first? Can you explain your thinking behind that?
Yeah, it's just trying support behind coach, behind what we stand for as a club, and moving forward. If anything happens like this, you know, we're working hard to have team first behaviours and making sure that's built from the bottom up.
You've got to remember, his coach got questioned just before he posted that.
A little bit for me, yeah.
Posted that.
And I think as a playing group, mid-year, we're trying to do all we do best and try and get wins on the board and improve this club's position. But he's our coach, and at the end of the day, you know, if you disrespect him, you're sort of disrespecting us as a team. So I don't stand for that.
Has he been disrespected?
Wow.
Coach,
That's fair.
What's been said, I think he has. But that's been dealt with internally. And right now, like I said, I've got a job to do this weekend. And I'm really excited for Easter Monday.
Have you talked to Lachie about your feelings of disrespect towards the coach?
Nah, I don't think that's my job, and I think he's, you know, hopefully he's got a good team around him, and he's getting the things he needs to sorted. But like I said, I've got a team to run, and that's what's the most important.
Are you happy for him to come back into your team, Jerome?
The timing's right. If coach is happy with that, at the end of the day, it's his call to make the team selection. So he's going to do what's best for the team.
But as players, like, will you welcome him back? Is that okay by you guys, given what's happened this week?
If he's in the right mindset, if his heart's in the right spot, and he deserves to wear the jersey, then by all means, come
Great
on.
answer.
Heart's in
the right spot.
Yeah. Heart. It's all hard, mate.
Decided standing down for a week, take some time away. Do you think that should have been the course of action in this case with Lachlan?
You got to talk to Tito about what happened there. I'm not too sure with what happened around those negotiations. But like I said, I'm worried about what I have to do this week.
Jerome, when you left Penrith, and a lot of players left Penrith for more opportunities somewhere else and more money. Imagine that's not the issue, right? You've seen a lot of players do that. What is at the heart of the issue then of what's happened?
That's rugby league, bro. And like I said before, everyone's got the right to make a call on what they think is best for them. I did it last year. But the most thing that's, you know, sort of disrupted us as a team is the comments made about our coach and about our
100%.
team in general. So that's all behind me now. We've had a good training session today, and I'm looking forward to moving forward.
Do you sense that Lockie's been at all threatened by your arrival?
They're making it all very simple, aren't they?
Yeah. There's notion that perhaps that he's not feeling the love a little bit as he was last year since your arrival.
You're going to have to ask him, bro, but I know why I'm here and why I came here. That's to improve this team culturally and on the field. And, you know, I think we're doing a really good job at that. I'm enjoying my time here. Can't speak for everybody, but we're doing some good things behind the scenes.
Strong.
Culturally.
That's strong.
He led with culture.
Yeah, it's strong.
I don't think that was meant for everybody. And if anyone knows Tito, he's a jokeful dude. So you'll have to ask Tito.
It was a fucking joke, dude.
It was a joke, dude.
Stay off social media.
Fucking having a joke.
You know what it feels like to be lucky to be in that kind of position. You said you'd offer your support to him throughout that time. Are you still going to give him support for this time?
I don't think I've been in this position now that he's in at the moment. But like Bag said, he's a 9-year-old kid trying to navigate.
9-year-old
his way through all this. But at the end of the day, we play rugby league for a living. It's the best job.
Pretty good
in
for
the world.
9.
I think we have to put it all into perspective that you know, we've got it pretty easy at the end of the day.
I like that he said, I haven't been in his position, because he has never said that about
He's
himself.
like, what are you talking about?
What was your view and what's your view on decisions?
I love Appy, he's a legend.
Yeah, look, I think as a team, one of our team values is team first. We built a whole pre-season on it, and I shared my opinions. And someone's heart's in the end, it's hard to take the field with them every week. Sometimes they just need a break as well. And at the end of the day, I've got some guys fighting. We're trying to get this club out of a hole that we've been in for the last 3 years with wooden spoons. So yeah, everyone's out there ready to fight.
Was it any of the senior players spoken to Lachie directly?
Nah, I don't think I've seen much of it.
Not since all of this has come out.
It's been
Yeah, it's been a bit messy, but things happen, and I think we've done a really good job on focusing on what we need to do this week.
So can I just ask why not?
Happy to be frothing
He's
out
got people
Jerome
around him.
there, dude.
I think it's best if he needs to know what he needs to do moving forward, and we need to know what we need to do.
Jerome was suggesting he stood up in front of the group and explained, or tried to explain himself. I think there were reports some players turning back on him, and can you elaborate? Is that accurate?
I'm not going to elaborate, but where did you get those reports from?
Like someone wrote it.
Someone said it actually.
Yeah, well, that stays in house. That's a team thing, and I think it should stay that way.
Ooh, strong.
He's front of the group or
It's true though.
Yeah.
It is in
Play
house.
second fiddle to Lachie and let him play his game, and it's something that you were happy to, I guess, put the team first in that situation. Is that the case?
It's always team first for me. You see the post, but I'm not going to talk to you guys about what I've said to my team. And, that's why I'm here, bro. I'm a team first dude, but it's not about me.
Jerome, can you give some clarity around your own contract? You've got some flexibility to manoeuvre. If
I love this shit.
Any update as far as staying long term at the club?
I'm here for the long haul, and I hope I'm showing that through my actions. It's the loudest way to speak.
True. Very true it is.
Fucking just, he's nailed it.
Nailed it. That journo came in strong. Thought he had one there.
Riccio thought he had it.
And he just deflected.
Hey, 4 runs, lad.
Yeah, I don't really understand the question, but
I love
I
Happy.
get the social media post. There was one that said team first and another one that didn't say anything, so that's not up for me to make a comment on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, yes. Nice, boys.
All right,
That's,
plenty
I tell you
happening
what,
in the Tigers HQ.
big win for the Tigers.
Huge win for
That's
the club.
pretty good. Mate, you're dealing with like professional. That's their job to get the best, juiciest answers.
Dude, they
and
did
footy
so
players,
well.
they did so well.
They did so well. And like,
In the current climate of what they're having to deal with, like I didn't pull anything away from that going, oh, there's going to be juicy headlines here. I feel like they just went...
well, the juiciest headlines were the juicy hot cocks that the Tigers have, because they just absolutely dominated that.
Mate, for the longest time, the culture at the Tigers has always been at the forefront. Is the culture fucked? Is
Yeah.
it fucked? Mate, they just took such a big step forward in terms of just putting all that shit behind them.
Yeah.
Benji comes out and just hogs up.
Oh, hogged up.
That was probably the best presser I've ever heard in
That-
terms of under the pump,
Yeah.
handling it. And then the boys come out, the senior leadership, and just dominate as well.
They did like Jerome, like Appy almost just looked angry to be there. He was good as well, but Jerome just was like, I'm the man here. My team. He kept saying
Yeah, my
and
team.
he's just like fucking. He just had every answer.
I like that Jerome didn't lie though. Like when he could have easily been like, "Oh no, it's totally sweet between like Lachie
Yeah.
and like this."
Yeah.
He was like basically like, "My coach got disrespected. We didn't like it.
Yeah.
And this is what happened."
And they got, well, you left. Yeah, but the difference is,
Don't
as I said at the start, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's your future. But we took umbrage with the disrespect to the coach.
And when the
Just like, oh,
which
okay.
is also disrespect to us.
Yeah.
And also when they tried, I did think that was a strong question about the clauses. And he goes, "I'm here for the long haul. My actions will speak louder than my words." Like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Dude,
good
good.
stuff.
Well, it's just like, what do you want to say to that one,
I
bro?
tell you what, watershed moment for the club.
Yeah. Look, it goes Benji flick pass, and then maybe this press conference.
Yes.
I honestly,
Maybe
in terms of like flick pass into pure misery, it's at least since 2011. Misery, what, 14 years?
You could say it's essentially been misery since the flick pass.
Well, they haven't made the final since 2011.
Yeah.
So that's pure,
That
unadulterated
was-
misery.
Yeah.
That is a turning point.
What will be interesting now is because what we've been able to do is consume that piece of content without any biases or influence. It will be interesting
Of
to see how
headlines
it's
and-
reported
yeah.
through the media.
You know, like, oh, he was
cagey,
or he was, Appy was angry.
Great
or
point. It should say Benji fucking dominates. That's what it should be.
Benji has a huge hog confirmed. That's the only headline that should say.
Cited Benji's hog.
That was good stuff. Great stuff. All right. I'm sure there are people sick of us talking about Lachie Galvin, so let's move on. But before we do, grab some Grumpy Coffee from grumpycoffee.com.au. Beautiful, beautiful coffee. We've got pods, we've got blends, we've got everyday, we've got very. It'll get to your house in 24 to 48 hours. Trust me, guys, it's a beautiful coffee. You will not be disappointed. You can also subscribe as well, so it just automatically rocks up to your house once a month. You never have to think about it again. You've got your coffee sorted forever. Don't forget as well, a reminder that you can watch every game of every round. This NRL Premiership season is live with no ad breaks during play on KO Sports. Alrighty, boys. Toby Sexton. There are reports that Toby Sexton, the Bulldogs negotiations have stalled. Cowboys, Manly and Raiders are all reportedly interested in signing him. I will say, with Toby Sexton, the negotiations stalling, that's where I go, hang on a sec. Is that connected to someone else?
Oh.
But then I'm like, he's not a 7.
That's what I'm.
But could he not play 7?
I don't think so. I think he's a 6, out and out 6.
What about 13? Because they were saying on NRL 360 last night he could be a 13.
I don't understand. Everyone's anyone can play 13. Like,
well, he's a big
13's
body, Dan, so he might be able to play 13.
make fucking 40 to 50 tackles a game, get endorsed. I don't know, bro.
Well, but just like Linkman at 13, you know.
Yeah, 13.
You're the link man. I know link man, mate.
Do you know about Linkman?
Yeah, mate. You probably know link man yourself, mate.
It does pique one Edward Lloyd Simpson's curiosity that Toby Sexton... Curiosity that the negotiations have stalled. But again, it's the 6'6" problem. You can play a 7'7", I think, but not a 6'6".
You don't want to go 6'6".
No.
6'6" is...
It's 36.
It's nearly the devil.
Nearly the devil, yeah.
I don't want him Sexton at Manly. That's not a knock. I want Fogarty now. And
Really?
I don't want... I want
So you
Fogarty.
got your heart set?
Well, if I'm picking between the two. And I just don't like the links here. I just want us to get Fogarty and shut the fuck up.
Jamal,
Or get
good style of a
Galvin.
bloke.
Okay.
He's
Is
a
it,
real
the
good style.
is it the arms or is it the play?
It's a bit of everything, really.
It's a lot of the arms. It's a lot of the arms. And he's just got a good temperament.
Oh, it's the temperament. It's
Love the temperament.
It's the temp.
Love the kicking game.
Okay.
And he comes in good form. Like he's coming in ready to fucking rock and roll.
He's ready to
31. You get 3 years out of him, then
He's
out
ready
the
to
back.
fuck. He's
Yes,
ready.
exactly right.
Yeah.
You're not buying a virgin that you hope could maybe be a great rooter one day. You're buying a guy that can get the job done.
I will say, though, is there a concern when Ricky does punch on with him on the way out, he could get injured?
Well, we were trying to work out about this the
Ricky's
other
a
day.
gaslighter.
Did Ricky said they didn't want him, and then they did want him. I find this whole.
Ricky
I
was
find
like,
that whole
if
thing
he can get a
super
better deal, we're
confusing.
happy. And then it's like, no,
I think he didn't necessarily say like. I think in that first quote he was like, if he doesn't want to be here, then we don't want him kind of vibes.
I thought he was like, if he can get a better deal for him and his family, we're happy to see him go. Because we can only offer him 1 year. And then now he's like, fuck this fucking Manly. Fucking, we want to bloody keep him. You're like, wait a minute.
It sort of came across a little bit like that after their humping of the Eels last weekend. In the post-match.
Yeah, a bit rowery.
It did. It came across very rowery.
Look, Ricky can get caught up in the thralls of anger and passion.
But like, can you fill us in here? Do you know? Did they say they didn't want him and now they do?
I don't think they said they didn't want him. I think Ricky was reacting to maybe like a bit of pressure of like, he may be leaving. And so then the ego kicks in and goes, well, if he wants to go, then fuck, we don't need him. That I think it's that vibe of like the ego kicking in and going, all right, well, we're not going to beg for you. And then maybe relax a little bit and was like, okay, we do want you, mate, but like, you're only getting a year here kind of stuff.
Well, because they probably remembered how old Sanders was. Like,
Yeah, you're two 20-year-old
what is he, 20? Is he? Fuck. I thought he was 28.
See, because like because we are so down the line court as you see it, we were like, Raiders, why the fuck are you getting rid of him?
Well,
what are you doing?
I think the concern at the Raiders is Sanders was most likely, speculation guys, don't know for sure, but most likely promised to start first grade at some point in the near future.
Right, but like, don't coaches do that all the time?
But then so Sanders would only be signed for, let's just say 2 to 3 years. If you piss him off and say, okay, you're not playing footy in 26, that's all of a sudden he starts agitating. He's like, you promised me this and you're not giving it to me. And then before you know it, even if you do start him in 27, he goes, nah, I'm out of here. But yes, it does happen all the time. You get promised things at contract time and then the time rolls around and you get brushed and you're just like, well, I literally signed the contract under those circumstances. But I think right now, Ricky...
Can you write that into a contract or so, you know, if you're promised, oh yeah, you'll start, is that written in, or is it more, it's like sign this contract and outside of that we're saying, yeah, we will. But like, it's not really something you can put into a contract.
It's a weird one because like you could put it in if you wanted to, but like it's almost like you're questioning their, like if let's say Wayne said to me, if you sign on unders like you did, we promise you'll start the season. Then if I was to turn around and go, Wayne, put that in the contract, please, it would almost be like, you don't trust me? Like,
yeah.
You know, it's this weird...
And you shouldn't have.
And I shouldn't have. That's correct. I shouldn't have fucking done it. Signed for less and didn't start the season. So that was great.
Terrific.
It always was good about my contract times. They would always go, mate, the salary cap, chockers next year, but mate, we promise you heaps of money in the year after that and the year after that. So you just sign this unders and then the year would come around and they'd be like,
sounds like
mate, next year, just got fucked every single year. So I just reckon that it's probably a situation where he's trying to balance, like Sanders is probably not ready yet, but at the same time he doesn't want to lose him, and Fogarty, he doesn't want to offer him 2 years because then he's definitely going to lose Sanders.
But is there a club out there that's prepared to start a 20-year-old?
Just for the fuck of it?
Well, fuck, Tigers were. They started a bloody 18-year-old.
That's a great point.
It's a fucking great.
Look where that's got them.
No, yeah, exactly. They got fucking fucked.
Exactly. Look,
They were the only ones that were willing to do that.
I get it from the Raiders' perspective though, because it's difficult for them to attract talent.
100%. But
So
I
if you've got a young goer,
yeah, I get it from
could be
Fogarty though.
something.
I get it from like Fogarty's not getting many big deals, over the next few years of his career. So I get where. Oh, I'm coming out of both. Hello.
Yeah, I thought I could hear that as well. We're coming.
Oh, you're coming out of
the
here. This is turned all the way up.
Oh, is it? That's right.
Let me see. Is this one? Yo. No,
Surely we could afford better headphones. These are like so shit.
Oh, this is
I
loud.
can't hear nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Headphones. Hello.
Can I turn down the side?
Hello. I don't wanna blow my ears off. Yo.
Yeah, can you turn me down a bit, Matty?
I can't hear anything.
Shit.
So.
Oh, that's better.
That's because you aren't listening.
Oh, don't, dude.
But it does sound echoey.
Does it? It's echoing?
Yeah, it's echoing.
1, 2, 3. I can't hear anything.
No, I can't hear anything.
But anyway, let's keep talking while Matty runs around.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can understand also where Fogarty's coming from. Like, if you're getting offered 600K 2 years, 600K, that's 1.2 million.
That's good coin. Do you think he would be a good fit for Manly for a couple of years?
Yeah, I think so. I'm getting a little bit worried about Manly, if I'm being honest. And I'm not being a dick. Come on, you guys have felt it too.
Okay, we'll elaborate on your worries.
I feel like this season,
I'm always a little bit worried.
with so much promise, I feel like you're not off the tracks, but I feel like you're wobbling a little bit.
How much promise was there?
There was a lot of promise for me.
I think, but whether this promise, and this is not me saying anything here. I'm asking a question. Oh, very cool.
Geez, you're good.
Hey, that's why he's the best in the business, mate.
He is the best.
Wow.
He is the best in the business.
We obviously did have a lot of promise.
Did we?
But it's
Might be negative. How much promise did we have?
Well, we do. We definitely have promise.
Most people had you in the top 4.
Yeah, they did. But we're sort of, our successes are inexorably linked with one Tommy Trebojevic. I keep saying it, and I don't want it to become like I'm the fucking anti-Lehigh guy, because I'm not, because he's great. But I just don't understand why we're persevering with him at fullback when I don't feel like...
You don't think Lehigh's a fullback?
No, right now. He doesn't. I feel like our attack is not very good when he's out the back.
He's got like 20-something points against the Storm.
That was Q in the rack stuff. We all know that, even though I didn't admit that at the time. They also scored 50 on us nearly. But when we were playing the Sharks on the weekend, we had the first 15 minutes attacking their line. I'm not solely blaming Lehigh here, but it feels like out the back of shape, he's not offering anything that's fucking wigging out defence.
But he needs a bit of time at least.
Sure,
yeah.
but are we just gonna do we want to win games? We're gonna give him time. Again, I'm not saying we're losing because of him, but what about Cooler and Ruben out the back? Ruben was great when he filled in for Tommy.
Really? Wow.
Cooler's fucking fast as fuck. Again, happy to be wrong because I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm surprised at this. I thought most Manly fans were on board the Lehigh at fullback.
I love Lehigh. The last couple of weeks, I'm just I need more.
But what about the rest of your team that's been playing not good?
I'm 100% prepared to say that.
Yeah.
But every time I've seen him out the back of shape, it feels like he's not
we feel
there yet.
Things feel a bit flat.
And when he's on the wing is when he's done his most amazing exploits.
Okay.
For Manly, when he's been the most amazing. And I'm like, well, why don't we just allow him to learn the role of fullback slowly, and maybe you bring him into fullback for certain moments of the game, but largely he's a winger. And that way you can fit Tommy Talau in.
Okay.
And Saab when he's back.
Another of our concern has been, at least the last couple of weeks, we've been playing two-dimensional football in a 3D world.
yeah.
Which isn't great, and lacking a bit of gusto up front.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Paseka obviously being injured hurts you.
It hurts us. And
Your
Toby
forward
being
pack's
injured
always been
hurts us.
Our forward pack, and this is not, I don't want you to say it always, but there's certainly an argument to be made by some circles in the game that Manly's forward pack are inconsistent and maybe don't back up performances with other performances.
And what you're seeing here, Denon, live and exclusive, is two rugby league fans who have been beaten down since 2014. 2014 was the year that inconsistency crept into the Manly Seagulls, and it hasn't gone away. It's like a fucking boil that won't heal.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
Okay. No, I'm hearing you. I'm listening. I do.
Like, even at our best in 2021, old fucking Girdler
He shits in
our fucking throats, ruins our ability to play good sides, and we get
because he just
pumped
once
in
he
the
says
prelim.
it, he almost made it. It was almost sorcery. I know
know.
he's into that a little bit up there, but it's like
It wasn't a thing until he said it.
no.
Wasn't a thing until he said it.
Well, okay.
Like, and that was a fun year because we just pounded to shitters and
Tommy Turbo got
and
done,
made a
yeah.
prelim, so that was fun. But otherwise, it's like it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Okay. So would you rather? What would you rather? Obviously, you'd rather be consistently good, but would you?
I just want to be consistently good. Is that too much to ask? Jesus
all we
Christ! I
want.
just want to win a comp for fuck's sake, Dennis. What am I asking for too much?
Nice.
And then so
Christ.
like when you're saying wheels fall off, like in your mind, what does that look like? Are you like are we tumbling in your mind?
I'm getting worried tumbling out of the 8 at the moment. Now, I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I'm getting worried.
Did we miss the finals the year before last year? I think we did.
Yeah, you did.
We
Yeah, we
like
did.
it 1 year, one on, one off.
No, I think you went 2 years where you didn't make the
Are
finals.
you
down.
worried about us long term? Is that what you're implying? You're talking about this season?
A little bit. I don't know what you like with that DCE. You know, and then I look at the forward pack,
Have a
and
guess.
there's some aging forwards there. And then I wonder, what if Tommy stays fit? He can always take us to finals, so that's a good thing. But if he doesn't, that's concerning.
We need a bit of a forward pack overhaul. I'm happy to say that.
Paseka's been great.
Paseka's been great.
He's
but
been great for the
I
last
think
year and a half.
I think Paseka is emblematic of the inconsistencies of the forward pack.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I think in the
He's
last
fucking
year and a half,
fantastic.
he's been great. You got Jamal as well.
He's been more consistent, Paseka, but even to start this year before he got unfortunately injured, there was like some shit.
I reckon if you could
Warriors game,
2 front rowers, because your edge back rows are fine.
yeah.
That's fine. I think
I wouldn't mind. Benny's good, but I think Benny's better. I think we could, not get rid of. I'm not saying get rid of Benny.
But he's still relative. He's 23, 20. He's not that old.
No, he's not that old.
He had some good games this year. He got Jamal, who's one of the best in the comp. I just reckon in the front rowers where if you could have Paseka fully fit and then maybe one other really good front rower. And also I think that
Takiyaho's been good.
he's been good. I don't know why Seabold plays such a big front row to start the game. I feel like you get blown off the park sometimes. And I think that you should put Jake Trbojevic at one of the front rows and then either Takiyaho and then maybe Nathan Brown or Ethan Bullymore to start. I just reckon you need some faster feet in the middle there.
I like that. Oh, dude, I love Bullymore.
gun.
I often wonder why he's starting on the
I
bench.
love Bullymore.
He's a gun. He's been one of your best, if I'm being honest.
The concern, but I echo you. My concern is next year without DCE and. Like, I hope it doesn't happen, but there's chances that Turbo won't be there. You got your best 2 players aren't playing.
Yeah.
How does that affect Manly?
Like
I think it affects the fuck out of us.
You've missed Croker as well. I'll give you that. That's something that hasn't get talked about enough. But so your spine next year could potentially be Croker, Fogarty, Brooks, Lehigh. That's not a top 4 spine at this stage. Potentially, you could argue maybe not even top 8.
Well, great. So it's having an anxiety attack.
But if Tommy's in that spine, it obviously
Yeah, which
becomes-
happens.
Well, but we say that every year, don't we?
Yeah, we
Tommy's
do.
playing, mate. We're red hot.
We do, but that's where I look at it, and I just get a little bit concerned about the next year.
But
or two.
listen. I'm not trying to be a negative no-sayer or I'm calling it as it is.
Yep.
And after as many reps as we've had, we can say it with confidence. He plays 12 games a year.
Yep.
That's what you get out of him. You get 12, 13 games out of him, and they're usually unbelievable, and that's that, and you make your peace with it. Like, if he plays 20 games next year, fantastic, unbelievable. If he plays more, 24, 25, that would be insane. But you have to go into a season now assuming he's going to play only half of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the
just
reality
is what it is,
situation.
right?
I think
Is what it is.
and so he's contracted till 27. So it'll be a really tough discussion of does he take less?
Yes.
And then
100% take less.
but how much less? Because there will be some other club that'll be like, you know what, at our club we'll be able to get the best out of you.
Do you think a club would think that?
I think, mate, they always do.
Do you reckon there'd be a club that thinks we can get that body right?
I think there's always one.
He's been to Knowlesy, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Who we're
That's
looking
true.
for a refund from.
Well, but it's not a hamstring injury this time.
Well, there was tightness at the start of the year, Edward.
We did go off
What
the
I-
field
He had
with
some
tightness.
awareness.
No, he did. You're
What
right.
I couldn't
You're
understand
right.
is he went off the field with tightness, then he came back on with his knee strapped, and 2 weeks later, why are you playing if his knee has to get strapped?
1,000%.
That's what I don't get.
And then he did his other knee in the game.
And
with
it's all,
ligament.
I just don't get like
if he's compromised on one leg, and I'm not Knowlesy.
you're not Knowlesy, that's for sure.
But like maybe you're favouring your other leg because your other leg's fucking.
Yeah, I don't
sore.
understand that. Rolling like not just sitting him out an extra week when he's coming back with his leg strapped. He
And we fucking kept him on.
Yeah, and what's crazy as well is he didn't even before he did his knee, he looked like he was
Laboured.
encumbered.
He's looked laboured for 4 years.
And so I just don't understand why Seawold didn't just make the big dog call and say, bruh, you're still incumbent. Like, let's just rest you for another 2 weeks. All we need to do is get in the top 8, and then if you're fit, we can all have a massive push.
Since he won the Dally M, he's looked laboured, in my opinion. He's never looked 100%.
Again, yeah.
No.
Sucks, man. Fuck.
It's
I almost, you know
sucks.
what? I almost wish he wasn't such a fucking legend so I could hate him.
If I could have like
know what I mean?
3 rugby league wishes from a rugby league genie, like if I just had to polish a Supremo and I get 3 wishes, one of them would be to see a fully actualised, uninjured Tommy Turbo career, even if it wasn't for Manly, even if that was part
He'd
of it.
be a goat. He would be a
Imagine
goat.
if he just never got injured.
He would be a goat.
And he was rolling out 2021 seasons like they were going out of fashion.
Yeah, he would just be unstoppable.
Can you imagine that?
Oh,
he was...
bro.
That was just peak.
Yeah.
Peak rugby league.
How old is Tommy Turbo, please, Matthew?
I think he's 26, 27.
I'd say he's
I think
28.
he's a bit older than that. I think he's 28, 29.
28.
So we've still got some time here. If we can get him right. Same for a while.
But unfortunately, we've been like, oh, Tedesco got injured a lot when he was younger, mate. We're beyond that now. He's not young anymore.
No, not like us.
Don't forget, guys, go to codesports.com.au/bloke and enter the redemption code bloke, and you'll get an access to a special discounted price of $49 for the entire year. That's right, $49 for an entire year. That works out to be like, I think it's $4 a month, which is a joke. And it's basically like the KO, but for written articles. Really in-depth stuff, guys. So make sure to head over there, use the code. You will not be disappointed. So much good stories on Code Sports, and it's all just about sport. The big fella, Jared Hargraves, retires. He will finish up at the end of this season. After a few games at Manly, 15 seasons at the Roosters and 1 season for Hull, he's finishing up. The big fella, is he the last of a dying breed?
I actually did not know he went and played for Hull.
Didn't you?
No. Wow. Had no idea.
I did, because then the Roosters were talking about bringing him back after like 2 rounds, which was funny.
He's had an incredible career.
He's had an incredible career.
I remember like 5 years ago, he was a bit quiet and was like, okay, is this a time where he winds up a bit? And then he just went again.
He went stratospheric again.
Well, he just was like basically as good as always for the entirety of his career.
Is he the last of a dying breed? Are we
Last of the
watching the
Mohicans?
extinction of the old school front rower that's just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to go with anyone?
Does Fisher Harris got a bit of that in him?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Fish got a bit.
But
I know what you mean.
Addy-
He's one of the great tone setters of all time.
And also, like, Hargraves will niggle, whereas I think
Yeah.
Fish is like pretty straight down the line. You
Yeah,
don't
I
really-
like a niggler.
Yeah, whereas
you are right. He's old school in that way.
he's old school. Like, I'll never forget him staring into Cam Murray's soul after he just rubbed his head into his head. You remember that, wouldn't you, Matty? I'm not sorry. Okay, fair enough.
Thanks for that,
Mate, but seriously, one of the great tone setters.
There is so many tones have been set by him. So many tones. And also, as I said, I feel like dying breed, you don't find front rowers that are willing to niggle and niggle and niggle and just every game they are going on the red line, pushing the rules, dying breed.
Is he a 300 gamer?
Yeah.
Yep.
How many games did he play?
39.
And he would have started most in the front row, which is hectic.
He's the most capped Roosters player of all time, is he?
Yeah.
How many front rowers have played 300 games?
Hold on, let's try and see if we can think. I'm going to say Petro.
No. Oh, I'm going to say no with Petro, maybe.
I'm going to say Petro.
Okay.
Steve Price. from the Dogs? This is me just
I don't
guessing.
reckon.
I reckon Steve Price has played 3.
So you got Menzies. Oh, he's not front row, Menzies.
All right, we've got Jared.
I reckon there's probably 3 other front rowers.
Petro did.
Bang.
Okay.
Steve Price?
Checking.
Give me Steve Price. Give me Steve Price. Give me Steve Price.
Steve Price.
I reckon Steve.
Can you just read
Yes,
out?
he did.
Bang.
How many did Steve play?
Bang.
3-1-3.
Fuck
3-1-3.
yes.
How many other front rowers are there?
I'll have a look.
Gallen
There
played
couldn't be.
some
There
front
couldn't
row.
be many.
Gallen
but he
played-
wasn't
a front rower. No, I know.
He famously played front row in
I'm
Origin.
2 from 2.
Famously.
80 minutes.
Yeah, 80 minutes in the middle there, eh?
Interesting to know how many front rowers have. But again, just credit to me if you can say Price, Petro, and Seaver.
That was
That's good.
Full
I'll give you
credit
that,
to you,
mate.
mate. Full
Thanks,
credit to you.
guys.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, mate.
Thank you
I'll
very
give it to you.
much. Appreciate you.
Boys, Origin fullbacks. Do you reckon there's any yarns and pressure going on with the Origin fullbacks for Queensland, New South Wales? Are you going Dylan Edwards straight away? Lock him in?
No.
Okay. So there is pressure.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's funny how quickly we'll change. Like you go up and win a Forbidden Shield in Queensland, and we're just like, you keep it, you pick and you stick, baby. You do what Queensland does, and now it's like,
I'm happy to do that. No, but I am. I'm happy to pick and stick for game 1, but like,
I'm picking Dill Edwards 100%. I think they'll pick Ponga potentially.
Yeah.
You have to pick
yeah.
Ponga.
Right now, I'd be picking Ponga.
You guys lost horrendously last year, so you can change. Whereas we didn't. We won the forbidden one, so like it's hard to change there. I think you start with Dill. Where's game 1?
It is in Queensland.
Up there.
Yep. Game 2 is in
New South Wales.
Perth.
Perth.
Oh, okay, and then game
And then
3 in New South Wales.
Yep.
we
Game two, they'll typically take on the road.
We are so lucky to have Origin. Like, think about how hectic Origin is every single year, and we
It's
just
the
get to
best.
have it.
Mate, it's the best.
We just get to have it.
I love it. And you're just like, shit, who are they going to pick? How's it going to go? Who's
There's a
going to
yarn,
win?
the content, it's just constant. It's just
Every year it's like, who's going to win? Obviously New South Wales, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, mate.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'd be picking Dill to answer your question.
Give him
Josh.
you earn that. You earn it.
Okay.
He's also fresh off another pram.
For sure. It's more about the fact that the Penrith Panthers stink the house down right now.
Yeah, but he's not.
A house of
It's
farts.
It's not. I'm not putting that on him.
No, but if
Their
a team's-
edges stink.
Yeah, but if our team isn't going well, sometimes you will see that reflected in the selections. Like Appy Coruscant wasn't picked a couple of years ago because the Tigers stunk. I'm just saying that it could be a factor in Loz's selection decisions.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not.
But I mean, fuck, it's either him or Tedesco, right? Who else are you picking?
What about Pappenhausen?
Nah, no disrespect.
It'll be interesting this year with the centres. If you got Latrell back fit and firing.
I think if Tommy's fit and firing and Chel's fit and firing, you just got to go those two. I know Critter's a gun.
And so what, Critter misses out?
Isn't that wild?
But like, Critter's a gun.
But I don't think Turbo. Will Turbo be right?
He's supposed to be back next week or something.
Oh, so you could.
could
That
still-
could be this year. Like,
Yeah.
fuck picking that side. You're going to drop Stephen Crichton? That is insane.
Or you put him on the bench. Is he out back on the bench like Billy Slater's done?
I think you've got too many good back rowers to do that. Look, I think Tommy has to be back and ripping.
Yeah.
You know, I think
You're giving up.
Ventrell.
You're giving up that tight ship defensively though on his side. Like his defense last year was unbelievable.
Tommy's defense is good though. His defense.
Crichton
is really
good.
I'd
Yeah,
say
Tommy's
so.
good. Tommy's good.
I'd say so. At
Tommy's
Origin.
sweet, bro. Don't
I
you
mean,
want
he
that
was
fucking
basically
Tommy
player of the series for Australia. That's
No,
Well, he was Golden Boot. He was robbed for it. It was
That'd be wild stuff. Be best, obviously. Sorry, bro, you're out.
Again, be best. Jesus Christ. He was a huge part of that Forbidden Shield.
Be best, MB,
and he
and
provides.
Burton. See you later.
And he provides the leggy, the leg
Well,
tattoo.
leggy and a sleevey.
Leggy and you don't have
That
that.
try
without
he
them.
scored was
It's all leggy.
biblical and all leggy
Yeah,
and
it's all
all
leggy.
shinny. Like,
Yeah.
make no mistake. If he doesn't have shin tats, he doesn't score that try.
No. With a split lip.
I'm foaming at the mouth.
Yelling with the split lip too.
Yeah.
So
Man,
it
it's
just
so
comes
gross. Like
open,
Robbie
yeah.
Lawler style makes me feel sick.
Who do you? Okay,
Like aliens.
Let's keep workshopping this a little bit.
Okay.
Let's say Mitch Moses comes back. Well, Mitch Moses does come back this weekend. If he can turn around the Eels and they start winning games and he looks great, and the Panthers continue to lose games of rugby league football,
You going to Moses Law?
do you go the incumbent, or do you pick? Like that's?
I think you still
Is
go.
that a silly question? I
you
feel
go-
like that's. I feel like that's the selection headache.
I think. I mean, Mitchell and Luai still get it because Penrith is stinking up the joint.
Really? No Cleary for you boys?
I love Nathan. Met him the other day. I don't know if
That'd
I've
be
mentioned
huge.
this 10 times. But
Could you imagine if he didn't get picked?
I
Or do you
can
think they'd
imagine
be
that.
more likely to go Moses and...
I think they'll go Moses Cleary.
Cleary, yeah.
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 I think they'll go Moses Cleary, which is, again, I feel like Luai would just never gets the respect he deserves. Like, when you look at his resume, it is unbelievable. Like, right now, he's gone to the Tigers. They're going better than Panthers, when you really think about it. His Tigers are playing better than the Panthers.
Well, they are, because the Panthers come second last.
It's like,
Panthers stink.
and he's doing it in number 7, not 6. And so I just feel like he never gets the
credit
that he probably
Do you
ever
think
deserves.
Mitch and Cleary could play together well?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I think so. Like, I think Cleary's the one player that Moses would be like, yeah, for sure, I can take a backward seat. Whereas I think other players, Moses would be like, well, I'm better than you. I'm essentially behind Hughes. I'm the best half in the game.
Do you reckon Lachie Galvin take a back seat to Cleary, or you reckon he'd want to be top dog?
I think he'd take a back seat to Cleary, sure. I think most
Not
people...
Luai.
Not Luai, though.
Yeah.
No.
Not Luai, but Cleary, yeah. Interesting game, rugby league.
So you're going KP at the back for Queensland?
Yeah.
Yep. Jai Gray in your calculations
I heard you say
at all?
it the other day. I thought that was wild. Jai Gray.
I didn't say he was there yet. I said
That's
if he
what you
keeps.
said, I heard it.
I said if he keeps
SEN,
playing
captain's run
as well.
I'll pick Jai Gray.
If he keeps playing well, he should be in the conversation.
No, I'd be picking Ponga. He's always elite in Origin as well. And Reece has just been a little...
It also just
been
feels
a little
like
off the mark.
Jai's been good for like a period of time, like a few games.
Is he still leading the Dally M?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he's going.
But like,
he's going okay.
Yeah, but he's played like 6 games.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like when you've got Ponga, you got Walsh. Fucking, you could have Cobbo, you could have Brimo, like Hammer.
God, he's
all
good.
you
So good.
like all of those guys. I would pick before Jai Gray in the toughest cauldron there is state of origin football, mate. Even though he's a tough little fucker.
That's what I mean. Like he's like in the top 10
for pound.
He's in the top 10 for post contact meters.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound,
Pound, mate.
tough little customer.
He's made. Look, at the very least, I think if he keeps playing like this, so he's like we get to Origin, he's at the top of Dally M. I wouldn't mind bringing him into the squad. I really wouldn't.
Well, get around the boys.
Get him around the boys.
Couple of poems from Bill.
Get around the boys. Couple of poems. Get that feeling of what it is to wear the Queensland jersey, you know, mate. Well, you don't actually know that.
No, I wouldn't wear it.
Neither do I, to be honest. And yeah, I'd be bringing him in the squad because he's a gun. He's a gun.
He's so tiny.
He's got a good attitude. Like he's got spirit.
He's got ticker, mate. He's got Queensland spirit.
Dude, when he takes his headgear off, he goes from being tiny to minuscule. It's just something about the headgear that makes him seem bigger. And then he takes off, you're like, holy shit, dude, you are a boy.
Right. Alrighty. Time for some tip, boys. Manly versus Dragons. Who you going?
Manly. We're doing a stream tonight, actually. Myself, Edward, and the great and powerful hectic Fred.
Bulldogs, Rabbitohs.
Rabbitohs.
Bulldogs.
I'm going Rabbitohs.
Bulldogs.
You're on Rabbits?
Yep.
So you're now trying to be Eddy from last week?
No, I'm not trying to, because
you're trying to
I just am like Easter Sunday.
No, you're trying
Friday.
to be Eddy.
Easter Friday, sorry, but like they go well. Their record in these games is fucking good.
Well, speaking of record, it's going to break the all-time attendance record for regular season match.
Hectic. Trelly Mitt stands up when there's a lot of people in it.
Yeah, he does. Charlie Mitt likes a packed stadium.
And the bunnies were shitter last year and beat the Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's 3-3 something. Bit of Val there.
A bit of Val. Okay.
Interesting.
Well,
doggies.
Okay. Doggies. Dolphins, Storm.
Storm.
Jeez, they look too horny this year, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
440 for the Dolphins. Give me a bit more.
470.
Give me $6 and I'll have a nib.
You have a dabble. New Zealand versus Warriors. Sorry, New Zealand versus Broncos.
Broncos.
I think the Warriors will win.
Okay, it's a spite bet. Roosters
No,
versus
so
Panthers.
it's actually not. It's actually genuinely not.
Didn't you tip the Broncos on about even number 1 betting show in the world?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I had try scores.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because I said I didn't know how the outcome was going to go. But I've got a gun to my head, and I've been asked to make a decision.
Roosters, Panthers.
Roosters.
Titans, Raiders.
Titans.
Can you believe the Roosters are still underdogs, given how fucked the Panthers are?
Yeah, it's
People are just like, they have to win eventually. They have to win eventually.
Mate, I'm
which
like
is a
that.
betting fallacy.
No, it is, but I'm also like, I'd prefer to lose a bet on the underdog in this context with the Roosters than to bet on the fucking Panthers again. Like, they've just fucked me 5 weeks in a row. I'm like, nah, sorry.
Not getting fucked again.
I might get fucked again, but that's all right. I'd prefer to get fucked
By a Rooster.
by a Rooster this week.
5 times by a Panther, not good. Knights versus Titans, Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, Titans.
Knights, Sharks.
Boring game, Sharks.
It's so boring. Sharks. You just can't bet with the Knights because I don't know where their points are coming from.
Okay. Tigers, Eels.
Tigers.
Tigers.
It's going to be a big game. Big game.
Huge
game. Alrighty, we are done and dusted, guys. Make sure next Tuesday, 6 p.m, the jerseys are available. The most demand we've ever had. And as usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves. Thank you.
Bye.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.